everybody, welcome back to the Shed. I'm Troy Shaw, and with me is Dave Griffiths. One more time, man. What's going on?
Not much, man. We're back in the shed after Jason McMaster, so it's actually not a bad night considering it's January.
Yeah.
It's been like spring all month. But anyways, we got a cool band here tonight. Why don't you introduce
Another band of Gypsys is here, or how many guys you got in the band?
It's actually 5 of us.
5 people. So we got three of the 5 here tonight. Let's go
ahead, make introductions.
Let's go around the room and introduce everybody.
My name's Bryan Sutton. I'm a bass player.
My name's TJ Bell, lead vocalist, lead guitar player.
I'm Kyra Chevelle. I'm second lead vocalist.
She's a quiet one.
I was a little nervous.
Well, cool. Hey, are you guys all Wacoans, local, or Brian? Start with you, man. Where are you from?
Well, I moved to Texas in '84. Went to high school in Whitney, Texas. Moved to Waco in '89, and I've been here ever since.
Where are you from originally?
Well, born in Albuquerque, lived in California for about 12 years, and the rest of it was here in Texas.
That's when I moved here, '84.
Congratulations.
All right, man. How about you, TJ?
Well, a year after y'all moved here, I was born.
All right.
I think that was 1985. That's what they tell me. No, I was born right here in 1985.
Hillcrest?
Hillcrest Hospital.
That's where my son was born?
Mm-hmm.
You know who else was born at Hillcrest?
Who's that?
Steve Martin.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I.
That's well, I always give a little shout out.
Yeah, man. I love Steve Martin, too.
Yeah, he listens to the show.
For real?
Well,
fantastic.
You never know. He could have. You know.
He's a wild and crazy guy.
That's right.
Yes, he's wild.
Kyra, how about you?
I'm from Augusta, Georgia. Living in Killeen, Texas. I moved to Texas in 2012. And I've been rocking out with these guys in Waco. So who knows where that's going to go.
So how long have you guys been together?
Oh, man, my bad. Man, okay. Oh, my bad.
Or is there something else we need to know about right now?
Not right now.
I'm actually new to the band. How long has it been now? Like maybe a month or so?
Almost a month. I'd say about.
We worked together. Me and TJ worked together back in Killeen since December. So I'm new to the band, but these guys have been.
Brian and I have been knowing each other since 2004. We've been college buddies. He just joined the band about 2 months ago.
About 2 months ago.
Are you guys MCC guys?
Yes. MCC.
Well, that's awesome.
We rock MCC.
Highlander alumni.
We've had many alumni and instructors. You know, Dick Imbel and
Jonathan.
Yeah. I want to say shout out to Jonathan Coots and my instructor from MCC, Kenny Frazier. If you're out there, if you can hear me, I just want to say what's up to you, man.
Kenny is one of our gotta have him in the shed kind of guys.
We'll get him in here someday.
Yes.
We're missing Gary. He's our drummer.
Gary.
And
Gary
Armando.
Feudal. Okay. And Armando Fajardo is the lead. It was the keyboard player for us.
He's got a keyboard too.
So you got a 5-piece,
Yes,
huh?
5-piece.
Nice. Full sound.
Yes.
So you told originally, I mean not originally, but before we started the show, that you're going to switch over to guitar and you're going to get you have another bass player already lined up, or are you guys looking?
I'm looking, and I have a guy in mind, but I haven't heard from him yet. You know how that goes.
He's a bass player. What do you expect?
All right.
He's probably sleeping on his couch right now.
It's kind of like this. I mean, it's kind of like this. We're going to play regardless if we got one or not. We're going to make it happen somehow, but we're looking for somebody to come in, man. Anybody.
I have to cut my nails and learn bass or something.
Mm-hmm.
So when did another band of Gypsys officially formulate?
I formed the band in 2007.
Really?
Yes.
10 years, huh?
10 years. I've had the band for 10 years.
And where all have you been playing? Just local, or you?
No, if you want to band wise or just
band. I mean, as another band of Gypsys.
As another band of Gypsys, all over Texas. You can say Dallas, Georgetown, Waco, Killeen, Temple, Harker Heights.
Just in Buchanan.
Buchanan, Texas. Midlothian.
That's a nice part of the state.
Midlothian, Arlington. Oh wow! Let me see, where else have we gone? Salado.
So
I think we can pretty much guess what kind of music you guys play, but describe what you guys do. You do originals, covers, half and half.
eventually we're gonna be doing some originals, more originals. I used to do originals. I think I did like 2 of them. Used to do like 2 of my originals, and then I stopped doing them. Right now we're just completely just straight covers, but I know eventually we're gonna start working on some original material now that we've got all the pieces here. Yeah, man, it's time.
Yeah, it always is, and eventually that's where it all leads. But who are some of the influences for you guys? Bryan, go ahead, man.
Well, being an old school, rock and roll has always been something that I've always caught my ear. Earlier bands for me would be, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Beach Boys, Elvis, all the older greats. And coming up through present day, I've delved into just about every genre of music you could really think of, but what has stuck to me present day is just music that has a lot of groove, soul. Most of it is guitar oriented, and it doesn't matter who the artist is. If it has a really good feel and a good sound, you just get pulled into it. I was a music fan before I picked up an instrument. I was kind of a late bloomer, matter of fact.
When did you start playing guitar?
Well, I started playing guitar when I was 21, as a necessary evil from boredom. While my wife was when she was pregnant, I picked up the guitar to just kind of have my own space and give her space and be something creative. Being a music fan for so many years, the sound of the guitar just really never left my psyche. So I just had a friend of mine come over one day with a guitar, and he showed me a couple of things, and 20-some years later, I'm still at it, still learning, still researching new material. I love old music, I love new music, I love original music, and it just carries over into other instruments for me as well. I played the bass for another band of Gypsys. I also played the drums, and during my elementary years I played single note instruments in school bands and whatnot.
Okay.
And got into percussion in high school.
So you can read music and you do all that good stuff, right?
I play more by ear.
Yeah.
I can read the singular note music, but when you put a big chart in front of me like Frank Exum from...
Right.
Frank's a beast.
He's
a beast, man.
He's a master of writing stuff out on the whim, and it would take me like an hour just to read a couple of bars of what he could write down. It's just amazing, the talent and thought involved in the theory of music. But for me, I learned how to play by ear. I never took lessons until I went to MCC, which was 20 years after I started playing the instrument, and it's I'm still learning.
Yeah, sure.
Every day. And
so when you go to MCC to learn music, are you required to learn the notes, or is it more? I mean,
you're learning the notes theory. They're going to teach you everything there is to know about music, pretty much. Music school, man. To me, MCC is the greatest school.
It is one of the best music schools in
Texas.
And you got North Texas, and you got UT and some other stuff, but in Baylor even, they got a great choral program, and but yeah, MCC, some of the people that have come out of that program is really kind of impressive, staggering. But TJ, how about you, man? This is schooled guy, or you?
This is kind of a long story.
All right, well that's cool. We got time.
Cool.
Should I open another beer?
Yes. Yes. Right. Matter of fact, we might need to make a beer run. No. Man,
do I have enough hard drive space?
I hope so.
I've been singing and dancing and playing guitar since I was 4 years old. Wow. My earliest influences have to say Michael Jackson, Little Richard, Prince, James Brown. Those were my top. If they weren't those four, I didn't get off into Jimi Hendrix till I was like 11 years old. I started playing Jimi Hendrix's music at 11. I got my first electric.
You got into Jimmy a lot quicker than I did. I think I was probably 14 or 15 before.
Yeah. Man, it was. I was a shut-in guitar player, man. I didn't know anything about Jimmy. I heard his music from watching wrestling. Hulk Hogan used to come out to Jimi Hendrix's Voodoo Child, and I was like, man, that's a cool guitar sound. I'm gonna learn how to do that. You know, if it wasn't for Michael Jackson though and Eddie Van Halen, you know, playing "Beat It," I would have never picked up the guitar.
No kidding.
Yeah, that was what made me want to pick up the guitar.
It was a great sound to pick it up to you. I mean, that was his. Yeah.
It started out with that. Then it's, you know, after I was about 10, 11 years old, I was up there listening to Ray Charles and Otis Redding and Sam Cooke and things like that.
Who turned you on to this music?
My parents. Both of my parents are originally from Mississippi. I was the only person in my family, like my immediate family, that was born and raised right here in Waco. And so when we would take those long trips to Mississippi, my dad would put in one of those old tapes and we'd sit there and listen to those tapes and flip it over and listen to it for 8 hours, you know. I was just jamming old school R&B.
Your parents are a lot cooler than mine were.
Oh, man. I love
no offense, Dad, if you're listening to this, but Lawrence Welk still doesn't cut it with me.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
My mom was actually the hippie. She was the one that loved rock and roll. She loved Hendrix and the Doors and, you know, the Beatles and Rolling Stones and everything. She was the hippie chick. My dad was straight up R&B blues guy. So I was kind of like, I got this whole mesh of just, man, everything just from them, and I thank them for it, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be doing this today. So man, I started singing in the church band, the church choir, when I was like 7 years old, and Sunshine Band at Iglehart Chapel, Church of God in Christ, you know, right here in Waco, Texas. You know, shout out to them. That's my home church. That's who I claim as my home church. Although I do play at another church, at Bethel Empowerment off of McKean in East Waco.
Good deal.
Let's see. I've started out playing guitar in church when I was 12, and so it's just I didn't have anybody else to play with, so it was just the church musicians and stuff. It was that.
Could you read music at age 12, or you just like picked it up?
At that time I was playing the trombone in middle school, and I could read the bass clef a little bit. I can't read it now because I didn't know that Bandcamp was real. So when American Pie came out, I just thought they were playing. the whole time during the summer, my trombone's in the attic, you know. And I didn't learn a thing. So I was like, I learned a little bit and I put it up. And when I made it to high school, I was dead on guitar. I just wanted to play guitar. That was it. They wouldn't let me play guitar and anything. They already had a guitar player. They didn't have anybody that would teach me anything. I had even offered. I said, "Man, I play by ear. Can I just play on the sideline?" They're like, "No, you gotta learn how to read." And I was like, "Okay, that's cool." So, but I played guitar for the church. I got my first chance to play in public because of MCC, the rock bands at MCC. But when I first started out professionally, I want to say, if it wasn't for my mentor, my first real mentor, Mr. George Spratt and Spratt Attack, you know, that was the guy that taught me the business. You know, I learned everything that I know from him, and you know, he mentored me coming up professionally, and miss him to death, man. I go over his house every day. He was also he had his own church in his house, and I thought that was really cool to be a preacher and a rock and roller at the same time. I was like, that's awesome, because you know, Little Richard was a ordained minister too.
Sure.
So I said, to me, it's like, man, that's off the chain. That to be able to preach and do rock and roll, to me, is like awesome. So yeah,
rocking to God, huh?
Yeah, right. Nothing wrong with it, man.
Right.
Nothing wrong with it.
Well, maybe let's get on to Tyra here.
Oh yeah,
she's from Augusta.
Yeah, she got a long story.
My story long too. I was just trying to let him get his story out.
We want to hear it all. And I guess Midnight Train to Georgia, Gladys Knight, you're going to tell us that?
Of course. Well, let's see. I probably sung before I could talk. So I've been singing my whole life growing up. Me and my sisters. I have 3 older sisters. Hey, y'all. I know y'all probably going to tune in now that I'm on here. Yeah, we grew up in the church singing around. Of course, in the choir. Did chorus and band. I picked up drums probably 7th grade. I picked up drums. I played all the way up until maybe the second half of 10th grade. and sung in the choir at church and sung in the chorus at school. So I used to always music was my thing. I would lock myself in the closet when I was little and didn't want to be bothered with my headphones, the big CD players. And
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're young.
Yeah.
Because you lock yourself in the closet and plug in the 8-track.
Now, we did have cassette tapes, too, back then.
Okay.
We used to record little songs, off the radio, make our little music. I would sit down and actually write the song lyrics
Remember
out.
the red
of all
record
the songs
button?
that I
You had to
liked.
push both of them.
And that's actually
Right on.
how I learned how to write songs. I'm also a songwriter.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that, and then let's see. I always performed. I joined a drama club, so high school I would do musicals and stuff like that.
What was one of your favorite musicals in high school?
Did
you like Singing in the Rain, or did you do Wizard of Oz?
We did Wizard of Oz.
All right, cool.
I didn't do Singing in the Rain. I think the one we did was Grease. It was kind of like a short version of it. That was hot. That was a lot of fun. I'm also half Panamanian, so my mom would always have us dancing, salsa, merengue, everything. So our whole life was music. So I learned a lot of different stuff.
A lot of different
she used
rhythms
to work
too,
for James Brown at one of his restaurants that he owned.
Who did?
My mom.
Really?
He owned a restaurant
in South Carolina,
in Augusta, Georgia.
in Augusta, Georgia.
Yeah,
right.
I was there when they named James Brown Boulevard. I met him again there.
Sweet.
So when I met that man, it just did something to me, and I used to fantasize that he was my dad, and I would learn all the time,
All right.
and I would be there sliding around. Yeah, so
But you couldn't move like James.
I can a little bit if I have the right shoe. It depends on the shoes I
You
got
do the
on.
splits like James.
No. I didn't get that far. But no, he's definitely a king.
Yeah, he's the king.
So yeah, I did want to wear my hair like him. So one time I cut the front of my hair off. She beat me so bad because I always had long hair, and I just went and snipped it and put those rollers in. And my mom said, "What are you doing?" What? I'm James Brown's daughter. What are you talking about?
Don't worry.
Get your crazy butt.
Don't worry. I have prom pictures of my hairdo looking
Oh
just like
God,
James Brown.
I gotta see those.
I look pictures of me when I had hair.
Oh, wow.
I'd like to see those too.
I can show them to you right now. Anyways, let's keep going. Keep going.
Okay, so then, me and my sisters got older, and they kind of branched off and did their own thing. I'm the youngest, so I was always an outcast. They just pushed me out. When I turned 21, I realized I could rap. Like most of my friends were rappers. So I started rapping a little bit around. I'm like, oh snap, I can sing and rap. So it was cool. I was a teenage mom, so a couple years down the line, I kind of put music down, and I wanted to just be a great mom. So I took a break for a while, but I would always write songs.
Good for you.
I sung in a live band when I was about 23. For a while, a lot of blues and a lot of James Brown stuff, Gladys Knight
So a lot of
stuff.
soul, blues
Yes,
kind of stuff
yes.
that you're into?
Well, I'm into everything. I
R&B,
like rock
but
and
yeah.
roll
Yeah,
too.
cool.
I like old school blues, new school blues. I like all kinds of stuff. Celia Cruz is one of my idol. Well, not idol right now, but
A lot of dimensions
look
to
up
you
her.
then,
Yes,
huh? Yeah, right.
I'm like an onion. You got to kind of peel back the layers.
Yeah, right.
I think that all of us in the band, there's a big diversity of music that influenced all of us that we all kind of put together.
Yeah, when you guys start writing some original stuff, I bet it's going to be
Oh yes.
pretty.
Well, when are you
pretty
gonna give her break? She's like that, hanging back, saying, "I got all these songs, man."
Oh,
And-
yeah.
I think I'm asking her the same thing. Like she got to meet James Brown. I ain't get a chance to do that.
You're not gonna get a chance
Right
now,
now,
but
right.
maybe you can.
Yeah.
Man,
Maybe
I
it'll
would love
rub
to do
off,
that.
but,
It'll rub off.
You've
No,
met
they're
his daughter though.
definitely- Yeah, right?
Right.
There you go. There you
Sorry,
go.
don't tell my dad that. Sorry,
Right.
Dad. He
Nah.
knows though. He knows. He
Man,
knows.
I would love to have met James Brown. Man, that would have been cool. That would have been.
Oh, he was
change.
so- he
'Cause,
was nice.
I mean, I started out as a dancer before I was a guitar player, man. So like for me, it's like
So what cover songs are you guys doing? What really sets the crowd off?
really. I mean, for me, I guess I get requested to play Voodoo Child a lot, or a lot of Stevie Ray Vaughan stuff.
You doing Slight Return or
Slight Return?
Yeah,
Slight
right.
Return. For me, I don't know, man. I like to play. I don't really, man. I like to watch the people, man. I play for the people, and to me, whenever I see somebody smiling, I think the crowd's getting off.
You guys,
they do though. We rock out everything.
Yeah.
We play.
Well, what's one that you can play for us right now?
No, say what do you do?
We can play whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, man. We'll cut the mic and we'll get some instruments, and then you guys are gonna play and you're gonna sing, right?
Sure.
All right. Cool.
All right.
Okay.
Let me get.
You ready?
All right, we're another band of Gypsys.
Yeah.
We're gonna do Tracy Chapman cover of "Give Me One Reason." Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Take it away, folks.
Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around.
I said you can see me turn.
Said I don't wanna leave you lonely. You gotta make me change my mind. Baby, I got your number, and I know that you got mine. Know that I called you way too many times. You can call me, baby, you can call me anytime, but you got to call me. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around.
I said you can see me turning.
Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right.
I said you can see me turning.
Said I don't wanna leave you lonely. You gotta make me change my mind.
Yeah.
I don't want no one to squeeze me. They might take away my life. I don't want no one to squeeze me, babe. They might take away my life. I just want someone to hold me, ooh, and rock me through the night. nothing else to say. Yeah. Woo!
All right.
Yeah.
Miss Carol Chevelle, baby. Yeah. Man.
Let's try to do something here. So you guys have some original songs in the works, or do you guys play some original songs at the moment, or you guys, what's going on with that?
I have one recorded. Well, actually, I have 2 songs recorded so far. I have one recorded with Mr. Tony Calhoun. We did about 3 years ago. We hadn't released it. It was called "Why You Want to Treat Me So Bad." Why you want to do me so bad? I'm sorry, that's Prince's song. I'm sorry, but "Why You Want to Do Me So Bad." But I recorded that with David Zacek out at Ruggs.
Yeah. Right.
With I have another song called "The Light" that I recorded with Terrence Allen, who he works at Guitar Center, a really good guitar buddy, all around musician friend of mine. So, as of now, I have a lot of music written, just not a lot of things recorded. I have recordings of me doing a lot of hip hop tracks. Like I have about 13 or 14 different hip hop tracks that multiple hip hop artists and some R&B artists ask me to come and record with them. I do a lot of side stuff, man. I'm always doing music. I mean, like this.
Do you write lyrics too, or do you?
Yes, I do.
So you write the music and lyrics?
I do. I'm not as good as a lyricist as I am just music. I love music. I love to do the music behind stuff. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Lyrics.
Kind of secondary.
Have to be.
So is there any plans for the future to write bunch of original songs and go into the studio and record an album?
Yes, we got a lot of things coming up. I just started writing last night. I got another song that I'm planning on releasing pretty soon. I got inspired last night, and I'll talk about that later.
Yeah, right on.
So how do you record your music? You have
how do I record?
Yeah, do you record your own stuff at home, or
like when I'm at home, I have like a few studios that I work with here. One, I said, my friend Terrence Allen, I use his home studio. It's a really professional quality studio. If you ever need anything recorded, I recommend Terrence. You can catch him at Guitar Center here in Waco. Mm-hmm. Just go talk to Terrence or Nathan Cole. Those two guys, yeah, they have really excellent studios here.
There seems to be a lot of guys in Waco, because we've had T. Aguilar, he's got a recording studio.
Stephen Rosas.
Yeah, he's been at it a long time.
Of course, Ruggs' place. I don't think Ruggs recording anymore.
Not after.
I've also I've done some recording of original material over at Isaac Hernandez's studio, which is called The Shack.
Yeah. We had him in the shed. Him and John Maxwell.
Yeah.
Right. I've actually got an album worth of heavy metal tunes recorded over there that I'm in the process of mixing and mastering and going in and doing some vocals to finish up that work.
So you're a singer too?
I am also a singer, songwriter.
You guys do it all, huh?
Yeah. Yes, we did. This is my very first band that has been influenced in deep blues. Being a multi-instrument player, I've been playing predominantly harder music most of my musical career, and I'm just now, getting outside of that box, which is really kind of refreshing for me because approaching the bass in a stylistic of music that really has a deep pocket and a groove. You have to have that groove,
right?
So that not just the audience member will get into it, but everybody in the band, we kind of really feed off of each other in that sense.
Plus, you get some people moving their feet.
Oh yeah,
exactly. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, most definitely. I still enjoy going and playing shows and
as
seeing
opposed
people
to just bobbing their head.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot different. You don't see people stage diving to the blues.
Yeah, right.
Because when they do, they just hit the floor really hard.
They look like Jack Black fucking school of rock.
Exactly.
But also too, we're kind of branching into different styles of music. For the band, bringing in these other elements with these other people that play other instruments. It gives us a broader musical spectrum, so we can really delve in just about any genre of music at this point.
So do you guys have guest musicians show up and jam with you guys, or is it you just kick them off the stage when they try to get up there and jam with you?
Well, we haven't ran into that situation, but we're most definitely not going to say no to somebody who has got an enthusiasm and a talent for music as we do.
So if Joe Bonamassa shows up, you're going to let him go ahead and jam with you, right?
Maybe,
I would.
He might. We might.
Joe Bonamassa.
That'd be kind of a hard act to follow.
I want to jam with him. That'd be off the chain, man.
That would be fun.
It
would be great. It would be great.
Let me make a call.
Hey, that'd be great. Yeah.
He's the one that kind of inspired this podcast.
Yeah, well,
that's really cool.
Yeah, when we started this, he had a thing called the hook. What was it called? The pickup.
Mm-hmm.
And he would do a little podcast with a guy from NPR, and they would explore music and stuff like that. And when I first saw that, or heard it, I should say, I turned Troy onto it. And I said, "Hey, man, this guy is doing this kind of cool podcast thing." And what happened?
And I said, "Well, we can do that."
Well, Troy, that's what happened. Troy's like, "Hey, man, you want to do like a webcast podcast thing?" And I'm like, "I'm down. Let's do it."
Say, I got a laptop.
And now you guys are like number 35.
Oh,
I gotta say, so it's been about 2 years.
You know what? It's almost exactly 2 years. Tomorrow, what is tomorrow?
Wow.
The 26th
Yeah.
is the renewal on the website.
Wow.
2 years we've been doing this. So
Man,
yeah.
happy
And
anniversary.
Zychek was the
Yeah,
first.
it's our anniversary. It's
Awesome.
Woo!
Hey, yeah. Let's drink. Let's do
Let's drink
tequila
to
shots.
Where's the We gotta have a drink in memory of Dave.
All right.
Yeah, Dave.
I'm gonna start.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Shot.
I had the pleasure of
Are you sure you're not
meeting.
contagious?
That would have killed it.
I'm not contagious.
Well, TJ, talk about your gear. What do you play? What are you playing through?
Oh, okay. I'm using a 1990 Bugera Infinium. Yes, 120 watt. I use a pedal board. I have a pedal board. I think I'm using that. Was that the MXR Eddie Van Halen's MXR Phase 90? Was that?
I think I got a hair
Eddie
on my chest.
I'm about to call in sick to work tomorrow now.
Right.
I got my hair popped out.
I'm using, what's that? Marley Bad Horsey wah pedal. Core. I'm wireless. Relay was that 190. A super overdrive and just regular amp distortion, really, and that's about it. And
a compressor.
Oh, and a compressor,
That compressor.
Get that super old acoustic guitar too, 1960.
Oh, that 1960 chords.
I was like, man, you know, pop a string or something on that thing, but it sounds great.
So, what's your guitar of choice for live gigs?
Live gigs, man.
You know, I saw you had a Flying V at one point.
Yeah, that's Harley
Still
Quinn.
got it.
I actually named that guitar Harley Quinn not because of.
Is that a Gibson Flying V?
No, it's a Dean.
It's a Dean Zielinski.
Oh, Dean Zielinski.
Yeah.
But you know, it was a black Flying V, and a lot of people don't know this, but when Jimi Hendrix was playing with the band Gypsys, one of the last guitars he played was a Flying V, a black Flying
with the
V.
roses on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that guitar used to be at the Dallas Hard Rock Cafe. And they say, I saw the guitar, I looked at
I
it.
think it is there.
Eric Johnson came there one night and they pulled it off the wall, and Eric Johnson played that guitar. But that was one he played at like the Isle of Wight Festival.
he used it for the Isle of Wight Festival in 1970. He also used, I think he used it once before then. I can't remember what the name of the festival was, but I know he used it.
But it was black with a white pickguard. It was just like the one that I saw you
the
play.
flowers and stuff.
Yeah.
All on the
Yeah,
outside.
TJ's guitar is actually the Michael Schenker. It's black
Oh,
and
is it?
white.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's the offset black.
All right.
black,
Yeah.
black.
Well, I thought you had a black one, just an all black one. No, maybe I'm looking at it right. So it was a split black and white one?
Yeah, the split black and white.
Must have been the way the light was hitting it. I thought it was... but yeah, the Michael Schenker guitar is awesome guitar.
Do you have any Waco gigs coming up?
Yes, actually we do.
On the 10th?
We're playing on the 10th at Fast Eddie's.
February 10th.
February 10th.
2017.
2017.
In case you're listening to this way in the future.
Yes.
That's right.
And then on February the 17th, we're going to be at Lakeside Tavern.
Cool. I'll come down and see you. It's right down the road.
Right over here. Yeah,
man.
What'd you say you were playing on the 10th again?
At Fast Eddie's.
Okay.
Fast Eddie's Pool Hall.
Yeah, it's right down the road, too.
Mm-hmm. And then on the 18th, we're playing at the Halftime downtown.
Right. Halftime right over there next to Bank of America, right down the road from Dichotomy and all that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah,
all right, cool. Upstairs, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
right, cool.
Man, they're really
That's
doing...
the old Treffs.
Yeah, the old Treffs building.
Yeah.
Man. Gosh, I played a few shows there at the Treffs building with some
when Charlie Brown was there
with the MCC bands. Not necessarily when Charlie was there. I remember Charlie from the Rock-A-Head days. Back in the day, whenever I first moved here, he was doing the Rock-A-Head over there at the old hotel next to Barnes and Nobles.
Yeah,
and that was back in those days. There was a lot of really good bands in town that played, at Rock-A-Head and Chelsea Street Pub and Sue's 2.
And Waterworks.
The Waterworks. Wow, who can forget that? That place was amazing. But it just seems really weird to me because the scene here recently has just changed a lot. They're really trying to revitalize downtown Waco. There's a lot of new venues down there. The Backyard is a place that we're really trying to get into. Seems to be the premier spot downtown right now.
Absolutely. They're pulling in. I've seen a lot of. Just saw Doyle Bramall down there recently. And anyways, guys, hey, let's do another song. What do you guys think?
Sweet. I'm definitely down.
All right,
let's play one more song.
25 years in my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination. I realized quickly, like I knew I should, that this world was made up of a So I cry sometimes laying in my bed just to get it all out. What's in my head and I'm feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream at the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I say, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah. I say, hey, what's going on? And I say, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah. I say, hey, what's going on? Yeah.
Right, guys.
And he never loses his cigarette. He can play a whole song with that cigarette.
Hey, man. It was awesome in the shed tonight. What do you think, Troy?
It was awesome.
Anniversary
Just like Dave says,
show.
anniversary show.
2 years. Yeah.
We're 2 years old up in here.
Woo, woo.
We want to
Hey,
thank
guys.
we want to thank another band of Gypsies for being in the shed this evening. We had a great time. I hope you guys did too. And
Thanks for having us.
real quick, you guys got website, Facebook page,
I'm on
Reverb
Facebook.
Nation, that kind of stuff.
We have a
I'm
Facebook
on
page
Reverb
right
Nation,
now. Once we start
Snapchat,
getting the original material
Instagram,
wrote and recorded, we will have a Reverb
Twitter.
Nation page.
You got Twitter?
Hopefully,
I didn't know you
SoundCloud.
had Twitter.
We'll look for them right now on Facebook on another band of Gypsies, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
right.
Well, you can you can look us up on. Yeah.
All right,
Look
man.
up
You'll find
TJ Bill and you'll find us.
All right. Thanks everybody.
Thank you.
We will see you guys next time in the shed.
All right.
All
Woo,
right.
yeah.